Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to part 2 of the Projectionist vlog covering the MCU movies on 35mm film and digital film, and I did leave one out, IMAX film. Now, I wanted to talk about Iron Man 2 separately because, and I think I showed a trailer briefly in the first part. I wanted to talk about Iron Man 2 separately because that was the first MCU movie to get an IMAX release. Now, it wasn't shot with IMAX cameras. It was an IMAX DMR large format, but it was the first one to have an IMAX release. Now, I remember after The Dark Knight was a big success using the IMAX cameras, I remember reading Jon Favreau wanted to use IMAX cameras shooting Iron Man 2. Unfortunately, he did not. Which is a shame because those movies are shot well. I think he would have done a good job, but I remember he was saying something. There was an issue with the effects rendering. It takes a long time to render an IMAX frame with visual effects. That was back then, 2009, 2010. But yeah, I do have a 35mm trailer for Iron Man 2 right here. And this and Inception were like the biggest movies of 2010, the summer of 2010. Look at that, and it's still Paramount, had the Paramount logo, even though at this point in time Disney did own it. What does that say there? Iron Man 2 with what does it say? Clash of the Titans. Pretty cool, yeah. I guess supposed to be on Clash of the Titans. Yeah, nobody really remembers that one. That was the one with the really bad 3D. This came out on IMAX 2D, not 3D. It was the second week of May. It was like May 10th or May 11th or May 9th or something like that. I think it was May 10th. I don't know. And I built it. It took me about 8 hours to assemble the entire movie together. 2D is easy. I loved it. I love 2D. 3D movies are just hard to deal with. I've explained it before. Now, what we did here, my boss and I, we built the entire print up, and then we ran the movie. And this was like 4 days prior, because we received the print from IMAX early. Because it gives us time to build it up, and then you have to synchronize the sound. There were so many trailers we had to put on this movie. The best one was the Inception trailer. It was awesome but we had to program so many trailers for this movie. Back then, just programming trailers was really difficult because you had to run the trailer, stop it, synchronize it in the DTAC, and then run the next trailer, stop, synchronize. Really annoying process. So we ran the movie, and we ran it on a. I think we used one of the platters that we used for Avatar that were specially made. We built it on that, and we threaded up the movie, and then we started running it. But then, somewhere along the lines, we noticed, I don't know if it was me or, and there was 3 of us up there, I couldn't believe it. We ran the movie on a platter that was like 20 minutes shorter than the movie itself. Well, not 20 minutes. Maybe I'm being drastic. Like 5 or 6 minutes shorter. And we noticed that in the movie. We're like, oh man. And the whole thing ran on the platter. And then no problem. We ran it. And we're like, shit. What do we do? There's no way we can slide the movie off. That's crazy. That's those prints are huge. Then Thursday night came for the early screening. I guess it wasn't a midnight. It was like a 7, 8 o'clock, and it was really sold out. And we ran the movie. It was 3 of us up there, and boy, we were watching that platter, and everything ran fine up until the very last scene of the movie, which was after the credits, and you see the agent guy getting out of his car, and he's about to go up and see Thor's hammer, and right before they showed Thor's hammer, the film just dropped from the platter and started wrapping around, and man, they were pissed. Management was pissed. Everybody was upset. And we had to fix it, and we had to replace a good portion of it with black film. So, people watch that, they lost like maybe a half, 2 seconds of footage from that ending. But it was bad. Always pay attention when you're running movies and platters and, changing film here or there. Just always pay attention. It's very important. But yeah, I could have covered this next year for its 10th anniversary release, but I decided not to because a lot of people don't really care about this movie. But I just wanted to talk about the fact that it was the first IMAX release for an MCU movie. And then from that point on, every MCU movie had an IMAX release. I'm trying to remember which one they incorporated IMAX footage with, and I think it was maybe around the Civil War one, and I think they used digital, not film IMAX cameras. But I remember that, I think it was Civil War, they started using the IMAX technology to shoot with. That was a trend Christopher Nolan started back in 2008. But yeah, this was the first official one, and it was a couple of years ago, or last year, they did it was last year, they did the marathon in IMAX in August. I guess I described it as a filler movie, like a dead weekend. So they just show like any old movie that they feel will generate some ticket sales for a couple weeks because it's so dead around that time. And they showed for the first time Iron Man and Incredible Hulk and Captain America. Those were the MCU movies that did not have IMAX releases. That's right. Iron Man did not have an IMAX release. I think Speed Racer was the week later, so they couldn't take up the room for that. And Incredible Hulk, I forgot what was playing around the time Incredible Hulk was out. Maybe a cartoon or something like that. And I think Captain America, the IMAX movie at that time, was Transformers 3. So, but those three got their official large format DMR IMAX releases. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching part 2. Again, I'm Eve, your host. Please subscribe, hit the like button, comment any questions, please share the videos, I really appreciate it. And this is an 80s Die Hard production. Alright everyone, enjoy Avengers Endgame this weekend. Okay, it's been a journey for 11 years with these Marvel movies. I wish I ran all of them on film, but at least I got to run the first 3. So, and one of them in IMAX. Alright guys, thank you very much. Have a good night. Bye.